foreseen works for this calendar year 2025 for the determination of the quorum. If you can be check the attendance of members and we have all of this.
Alex Bote.
Yes.
Director Teresita Tumanina Aras. Lastly, Director Teresita Bausa.
May I know from the end of the secretariat if we have the quorum?
We have a quorum of 4 out of 7 members.
Yeah, thank you. Since we have the quorum, just mention about the inclusions in connection with our agenda. So far as we have seen here in the big one, we have only one. Our agenda is a contract package. Contract ID number 24Z00020. Contract package for construction of submarine viaduct Interlink bridge project under EDD loan 4432 plus BCIB and AIIB loan number 07240. The action requested, what we're going to do right now is to go with the pre-bid conference. The implementing unit is under the Unified Project Management Office of the RMC. We have an observer here, AIIB, hereby invited. I'm going to put this in the YouTube. Kindly put this. Now, in connection with that, I hear a motion in connection with the agenda as stated. There is a motion here. Being seconded, the motion has been carried and approved. Who will go with the presentation? Sorry, sir. Let's acknowledge first. Sorry, Bob. Let's acknowledge first the presence of the participants. Kindly, Secretary.
We have here Ms. Rowena
Please acknowledge if your name is
China Road and Beach Corporation. Also, Jenna Sumartis of CRBC, as well as Mr. Chu Feng of CRBC. And then we also have Joey Manzano from Acciona. Manzo. From Acciona. As well as Miss Natalie Na and Francis Salutina. And then we have Mr. Kim Moon Han from HDPI. HEBC. Yes. And Mr. Jin Woo Choi. Next, Mr. Jung Woo Kim from GSENC. And Mr. Stephen Hong.
Stephen Hong. For what?
Ms. Gretchen Cayetano. Company is not indicated as well. And Reggie Dabayans. Next, Mr. Junho Shin from DLENC. And Yongsok Jang from Acciona.
Thank you, Secretariat. I think we need also to acknowledge the presence of our consultant here and members of the we know from the implementing unit from Direct if there's a presentation ready for us.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, please acknowledge first. Thank you, ma'am.
We also have participants joining online, sir, from Acciona, BBR Philippines Corporation, CHEC, and DMCI. We also have other attendees from the separate attendance sheet from NPEC, from EAI, and JEPA.
You know, acknowledge for that. From the
Yes,
online,
hello, Alex Sanjinas with TY Lin.
yeah, thank you. From the online participant, you kindly put on your camera for an proper acknowledgement, please. I-chat mo na ako. Sige.
So we have Mr. Nielsen from AIIB Building Technology. We have Ms. Zarina Itika from Acciona, as well as Ms. Manos. From DMCI, we have Mr. Jomar. And from TYD, Ms. Shriyas. And from CHEC, NISA.
Okay na.
I think that is also.
I hope that all has been acknowledged. I just want to inform the participants here, the attendees, that in connection with our activity now, the law is that the implementing will need to make their presentation. After the full presentation, we are allowed to ask questions in connection with such. Thank you. Please.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Vice Chair. RNC 2 of MO will be presenting contract package for the construction of South Marine Viaduct for the Bataan-Cavite Interlink Bridge. It will be presented by our head procurement engineer, Aldrich Hippolyto. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone, to members of the lab. This is the pre-bid conference for the contract package 4 of the BCIB project. The contract ID 24Z00020, construction of South Marine Approach Viaduct. The project description, contract package 4 involves the construction of the South Marine span structures with station 19 to 31 with total length of 12,645 meters. The civil works include foundation, substructure, and superstructure with typical structural form in a single concrete box girder supporting 2 carriageways with 100-meter and 60-meter spans, and each carriageway includes 2 traffic lanes, inner marginal strip, and shoulder. A twin-span frame with a central 130-meter span with traverse linear shore navigational track. So shown on this slide is the location map for the rule alignment of the BCIB. Wherein is the color yellow. And for the next slide, enclosed in the red box is the contract package 4. On the left side is the Bataan, and on the right side is the Cavite. So shown on the screen also is the profile of the project interfacing with package 3 and package 6. The 6, no, sorry, wala lang pong label. Pero between package 3 and package 4, package 4 po is the with blue line. Package 3 is the orange. And po na
Other process. Okay na. Yung gitna.
ayun po yung package 6.
Hindi ko na nila.
Hindi lang po nalagay ng remarks. So for the contact data, so basic data for the project location, it is the municipality of Naik, province of Cavite, region 4A. Scope of works covers the South Marine span structures with a total length of 12,645 meters. The station limits is shown. Total project length 2,645 meters. Contract duration is for 8 months or 1,461 calendar days. For the funding source, it is GOP and loan proceeds under AIIB loan number 4432-PHI and AIIB loan number L0724. For the implementing office, it's management cluster 2 multilateral UPM. For the mode of procurement, is open competitive bidding, single stage to envelope, using applicable ADB guidelines using merit-wide criteria. For the bidding procedure, it uses ADB standard bidding documents for procurement of works. Large works without pre-qualification, single stage 2 envelope bidding procedure. And the bid to meet initial pass-fail criteria and bid evaluation is using the merit-wide criteria. For the contract type, it uses the FIDIC Red Book, second edition 27. So for the following slides, these are all available in the issue bidding documents. So we'll just be showing the relevant clauses. So for the ITB 19.1 bid security, the bidder shall furnish a bid security in the amount of 920 million pesos or an equivalent amount in freely convertible currency. Bid security declaration as a form of bid security is not applicable. So the date of selling rate is 28 days prior to the deadline of bid submission. For the ITB 7.1 clarifications and basic bid. For clarification purposes, the deployed address is as shown, address to Undersecretary Adorti Adalas and to Director Maria Victoria Escritor. For the documents comprising the bid, for local contractors license for local bidder, PGEPs registration, platinum membership, and valid pickup license with a range of large B for roads and bridges and category. If the JB lead should be quadruple A and at least triple A for the JB member. Foreign bidders, valid contractors registration, license issued by the official issuing agency of their country, certified through copy or authenticated by the notary public, and upon award of contract, the contractor shall apply for the PGEPs registration, platinum membership, SEC, and special pickup license, requirements capital website. And for the joint venture bidders, upon award contract, JP shall apply for the special pickup license. And also, it includes also the AIIB's covenant of integrity. For the ITB 6.4, the bidder is expected to examine all instructions, forms, terms, and specifications in the bidding document, subject to the provisions of ITB 27.1, ITB 30.2, and 31.2. Failure to furnish information or documentation required by the bidding document may result in the rejection of the bid. For the language of bid is English. And for ITB 11.4 documents comprising the bid, failure to provide the proposed agreement shall not be ground for rejection of the bid. It will be subject to clarification, rectification in accordance with ITB 27.1 or 31.2 as appropriate. ITB 12.1, the units and rates in figures entered into the BOQ and placed their work schedule should be typewritten if written by hand must be in print form. BOQ and their work schedule not presented accordingly may be considered as non-responsive. ITB 13.1, alternative bids shall not be permitted. 13.2, alternative times for completion shall not be permitted. ITB 13.4, alternative technical solutions shall be permitted for the following works. 14.5, bid prices and bids discounts. The bid prices quoted by the bidder shall be adjustable. The formula for adjusting the prices and explanatory details are specified in the UCC subclause 13.7. And the bidder shall fill out the tables of adjustment data in the section 4 bidding. For ITB 15.1, the unit rates and prices shall be quoted by the bidder entirely in Philippine peso, the currency of the employer's country. 15.4, the rates of exchange shall be the selling rate 28 days prior to the deadline of bid submission published by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. Period of validity of bids, the validity period shall be 180 calendar days. For the format and signing of bid, in addition to the one original set, the number of copies is technical bid, 3 copies hard copy, and 1 electronic file in PDF format, copy of the original technical bid saved in the flash drive. And for the price bid, 3 copies or hard copy. Note original hard copy shall prevail to the technical bid. For the format of the signing of the bid, the written confirmation of authorization to sign on behalf of the bidder shall consist of the board resolution, secretary certificate duly certified by the board secretary for corporation, certified authorization, resolution, and approval by all partners. For partnership resolution or approval of its members, certified authorization by all partners for partnership. Certified authorization, resolution, and approval by each member of the JV, if JV has not yet been formed, include evidence from all proposed joint venture partners of their intent to enter into a joint venture on the event of contract award in accordance to ITB 11.4. letter D, notarized special power of attorney for sole proprietorship. 21.1, bidders shall submit their bids by mail or by hand. Electronic bidding submissions procedures shall be not applicable. For the deadline of bid submissions, it is August 26, 2025. And for bid submission purposes, addressed to Undersecretary Undertaker. For the opening of technical bid, is also the same date of August 26, 2025, immediately after the deadline for submission of bids. For 32.2, qualification of the bidder, the qualifications of other firms such as the bidder's subsidiaries, parent entities, or affiliates shall not be permitted. The employer does not intend for the contractor to execute any specific elements of the works through nominated subcontractors. For domestic preference, this shall not apply. For the notice of intention of award of contract, standstill provisions shall apply. The duration of standstill period will be 10 calendar days from the date of notice of intention for contract of award. For the award criteria, the employer shall award a contract to the bidder whose offer has been determined to achieve the highest combined technical and price scores following the procedure specified in Section 3, evaluation and qualification criteria of the bid documents, and meet other conditions specified there. For the procedures for bidding related complaints are referenced in the AIIB procurement regulations. The bidder should submit its complaint following these procedures, writing to the members as shown in the screen. For the next section, Section 3, evaluation and qualification criteria. Using the merit point criteria, these will be the steps on how to evaluate the bids. For step 1, preliminary evaluation of technical bids. Step 2, determination of technical scores. Step 3, evaluation of price bids. Step 4, combined technical and price evaluation. Step 5, test of abnormally low, unbalanced, and front-loaded bids. And step 6 for multiple contracts. For step 6, contract packages under the project comprise contract package 1, 2, CP3 and 5, CP4 and CP6. The evaluation processes up to step 5 above will be carried out for each package separately. If a bidder, as defined in ITB 42.1, is recommended or being considered evaluated for contract award in multiple packages, the employer will take into account and determine if the bidder meets the following aggregated requirements as presented in the bids of the relevant packages, which are the average annual construction turnover, financial resources, cash assets, equipment to be allocated, and personnel to be fielded. The aggregated requirements for equipment and personnel shall mean that the same person should not be proposed for the same position under different packages, and the same equipment should not be proposed to be used under different packages. If there are circumstances justifying the proposal of the same equipment and or personnel under different packages, then this will be clearly justified by the bidder in the relevant parts of Section 4. In case the bidder meets the aggregated requirements, the contract will be awarded to the bidder. In case the bidder does not meet the aggregated requirements, the employer will only award those packages starting in the order of readiness of award. The test of unbalanced, front-loaded, or abnormally low bids will still apply to determination. So is the rating and the description. Again, these are all available shown in the issued bidding documents. For the rating, it is exceptional, good, acceptable with minor reservations, some reservations, serious reservations, and unacceptable submission. So for the points, key personnel is 10 points and the technical proposal is 90. It's broken down into project management with 6 points, work plan 10 points, construction schedule 10, measure statements 53, and environmental health and safety, project management, and quality control pilot 11. A technical bid that scored below 60% in any of the following criteria: key personnel, project management, work plan, construction schedule, measure statements, and environmental and safety, traffic management, and quality control, will be considered failed and will not be examined further. A technical bid with an aggregated technical score of less than 70% will be considered failed and will not be examined further. All the other technical bids will be considered technically responsive and the respective prices will be open and available. For the details of the criteria for shown, the project management, work plan, method statements, construction schedule, and the environmental and traffic management quality control. Also for the key personnel, the respective points allocated are shown on the screen. Again, it's all available and shows the issued bidding documents. For the combined technical and price evaluation, it will be calculated using the formula shown, wherein the price weight is 40% and technical weight is 60%. The bidder who obtained the highest combined technical and price score using the technical price ratio as shown will be selected for contract award, subject to further evaluation for unbalanced, controlled, or temporary load. For the eligibility, 2.1.1 nationality in accordance with ITB 4.2 using the forms L1 and L2. Conflict of interest, no conflict of interest in accordance with ITB 4.3. Not having been declared ineligible by ETB as described in ITB 4.4, bidder required to meet conditions of ITB 4.5 for the government using forms L1 and L2, and for the United Nations eligibility not having been excluded by an act of compliance with the UN Security Council resolution in accordance with ITB 4.5. For the historical contract non-performance. Non-performance of a contract did not occur as a result of contract or default since January 1, 2017 using Form Code 1 and suspension based on execution of bid securing declaration, not under suspension based on execution of bid securing declaration pursuant to ITB 4.6. All pending litigation, arbitration, or other material events impacting the net worth and or liquidity of the bidder, if any, shall be treated as a resolve against the bidder, and so shall in total not represent more than 50% of the bidder's net worth, calculated as the difference between the total assets and total liabilities. And for the declaration of environmental health and safety past performance, declare any contracts that have been suspended or terminated or performance security code by an employer for reasons related to the non-compliance of any environmental health, safety, contractual obligations in the past 5 years to inform the forms as shown. For the next slide, the financial performance. For the historical financial performance, submission of audited financial statements or, if not required by the law of the bidder's country, other financial statements acceptable to the employer for the last 3 years to demonstrate the current soundness of the bidder's financial position. As a minimum, the bidder's net worth for the last year calculated as the difference between the total assets and total liabilities should be positive. For the average annual construction turnover, the minimum AACT of 17.25 billion pesos calculated as total certified payments received for contracts in progress or completed within the last 3 years. And for the compliance requirements for single entity, it must meet the requirement. Or if a joint venture, one partner must meet at least 40% of the requirement. Each partner must meet at least 25%, and all partners combined must meet the requirement. For the financial resources, for single entities, the bidder must demonstrate that its financial resources defined in FIN 3 less its financial obligations for its current contract commitments defined in FIN 4 meet or exceed the total requirement for the subject contract of 8.6 billion pesos. For joint ventures, one partner must demonstrate or meet or exceed its required share of 3.44 billion pesos, and each partner must demonstrate, meet or exceed its required share of 2.15 billion pesos. And for the joint venture, it must meet the total requirement of 8.6 billion pesos. Next is the cash assets. Minimum amount of cash and cash equivalents as stated in the balance sheet of the bidder's most recent financial accounts submitted in accordance with EQC 2.3.1 meet or exceed the total requirement for the subject contract of 3.8 billion pesos. For the footnote A, the amount included in Form FIN 1 shall be as stated in the financial accounts. cash equivalents shall be as defined in the bidder's audited financial statement. In the absence of a definition in the audited financial statement, cash equivalent shall refer to the highly liquid debt instruments with maturities of less than 90 calendar days. Or footnote B, if a bidder cannot meet the stated minimum amount in cash and cash equivalents, it may supplement its stated cash assets through a credit line. If used, the bidder shall submit a letter from its bank confirming that if the bidder is awarded the contract, the bank will extend to the bidder a line of credit for the amount required by the bidder. The letter shall have a validity of not less than 180 calendar days from the date of bid submission. For joint ventures, the credit line may be provided by one JV partner or by all partners combined at the discretion of the bidder, notwithstanding the ability of the bidder to replace a certain amount of the cash assets requirement for a credit line. In no scenario shall the amount of cash assets stated in the bidder's financial accounts be less than 1.9 billion pesos. For the next slide, the construction experience for the contracts of similar size and nature, participation as a contractor, joint venture partner, or subcontractor in one contract that has been satisfactorily and substantially completed and that is similar to the proposed works, where the value of the bidder's participation exceeds 23 billion pesos. The similarity of the bidder's participation should be based on the marine viaduct with pre-stressed concrete box girder and marine underwater piling with a minimum bridge length of 6,000 meters. Footnote A, for contracts under which the bidder participated as a joint venture partner or subcontractor, only the bidder's share shall be considered to meet this requirement. Footnote B, for contracts implemented by a joint venture contractor, if the bidder comprises the same joint venture, the single entity requirements will apply. Next is the construction experience in key activities. For the above or other contracts executed during the period stipulated in 2.4.1, a minimum construction experience is required, completed under a single contract for a key activity in the following key activities. Number 1, marine viaduct, pre-stressed concrete box girder with 3,000 meter cumulative girder length. And number 2, marine underwater piling, 15,000 linear meter cumulative piling length. Footnote A, for contracts under which the bidder participated as a JV partner or subcontractor, only the bidder's share shall be considered to meet this requirement. For the organizational, environmental health, and safety system, availability of any valid ISO certification or internationally recognized equivalent and applicable to the work site. Number 1 is Quality Management Certificate ISO 9001, Environmental Management Certificate ISO 14001, and Health and Safety Management Certificate ISO 45001, which informed EX before. And availability of in-house policies and procedures for EHS management, existence of company procedures for the management of the following: health and safety on work sites, policy-related guidance, local recruitment of EHS trainings of local staff, subcontractors, local partners, waste management practice, and the control of infectious and communicable diseases. So footnote A, non-compliance with these requirements shall not normally be a ground for bid rejection, and such non-compliance should be subject to further evaluation in step 2 and clarification during bid evaluation and or rectification prior to contract award. And for 2.5.3, environmental health and safety dedicated personnel, availability of in-house personnel dedicated to EHS issues. Number 1, environmental specialist, health and safety specialist, nurse, and paramedic. For the personnel requirements, using Form PR1 and PR2 in Section 4, the bidder must demonstrate that it has personnel to meet the following requirements. So shown on the table are the personnel and the total work experience and experience in similar position and the minimum number requirements. So the following are project manager, deputy project manager, construction manager, planning and scheduling engineer, bridge engineer, bridge piling engineer, geotechnical engineer, quantity engineer, materials engineer, health and safety officer, and hydrographic engineer. For footnote 1, for the proposed project manager contractor's representative, experience in similar work of similar position means a management level position in similar bridge construction. for the proposed key personnel experience in similar work of similar position means experience in similar marine bridge construction in the position as proposed. And in compliance with DO 118 series of 2024, Philippine national proposed as project engineer must be an accredited project engineer 2 by DPWH, and in compliance with DO 98 series of 2016, Philippine national proposed as materials and quality control engineer must be an accredited materials engineer 2 by DPWH. For the personal requirements, under key personnel as determined by the EMP and other safeguard management plans, and shown on the table are the relevant academic qualifications, minimum use of relevant work experience, minimum time on site, and minimum number required. For the position of environmental specialist, health and safety specialist, nurse, and paramedic. For the equipment requirements, using Form AQU in Section 4, the bidder must demonstrate that it has the capacity to or has access to the key equipment listed below. These are the equipments shown or are also listed in the bid documents for the plants, for the barge, for the cranes, for the gantries, for the staging, staging for the excavators, for the wheel loader forklift, for the piling, for the stressing trucks, and consume pumps. Important note, for forms EQU within section 4 of the bidding document shall be completed to provide evidence that the key equipment listed is or shall be available for use on the BCIB project. The key equipment listed below are the minimum required and shall not be construed as the complete requirement for the project. The bidder shall be solely responsible for assessing the various types and numbers of plant and equipment necessary to fulfill the requirements of the contract based on the various intended methods of working and program. For the issuance of supplemental bulletin, we have issued SB number 1, which schedules the pre-bid meeting, which was originally July 22 to July 29. This has been issued on July 21. For the important dates, deadline for the request for clarification. This is August 5, which is 21 days before the deadline of bid submission as stipulated in the AIIB of the bidding documents. The deadline for bid submission is on August 26, 2025, 10 a.m. In response natin. Response natin to it. Yung pag-issue ng bulletin. That is so when? August 16. August 16. Susunod pa natin.
Thank you, implementing unit. Now, I think you already browsed and saw the presentation of the implementing office in here. We're now open for some queries on your end if you have. Are there any queries from the attendees? Yes, please. Please identify yourself.
I'm Edgar Sol from BCIB. I have three questions.
Excuse me, sir. The procedure is this: you're going to make a query in here, then we're going to answer briefly, and as well, this will be included in the bulletin that we're going to issue, so that we have a formal reply on such.
The first question. The first question is about the balance na 133 meter spans. You say navigational channel there. Are we allowed to close this during the balance na deliver works?
From the consultant and from the implementing office.
So the question is regarding the closing. So it is a cast. Yes, can you hear me? So the question is regarding the balance cantilever construction for the 133-meter span, central span for the 90-meter navigation channel. The question is relating to the closure pour?
No, what you're asking is are you going to close the navigational section At the time of construction,
During
during the construction.
Yeah. So there's no navigation restriction or any type of requirement for navigation at this time. So there is nothing impeding navigation. So you're allowed to work no problem during that time. The navigation channel will be used for smaller vessels in the future, for the Coast Guard boats and recreational boats in the future. There's no existing navigation channel that's being diverted or anything like this. It is fully constructible without consideration of traffic and navigable traffic.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And maybe in addition with that, kasi prior to any kind of construction that they're going to post at site, the contractors are obliged to confer with the, for example, the Coast Guard, the Naval, submitting all your procedures. That will be subject for the government, naval, and Coast Guard's concurrence. Diba, we are practicing naman. That's standard naman. Actually, in any river or sea or sections, all of these things, your proposal, your work schedule, your work procedure should be submitted first to the naval government side or the Coast Guards. Thank you.
Yes, in addition, we are fully in coordination with the PPA, the Coast Guard, as you said, and of course, the DPW. Dapat syempre may traffic management plan and construction. Okay.
Anyway, we'll take note on that and then we're going to answer formally to okay. And also, sorry, if there be a question here for example, verbally, you can make a formal query then para proper yung sagot namin. We will make it. Although it's nice that we have some primary discussion about this.
That's the second question. Second question is interfacing between the packages 6 and packages 2. Do we have like a milestone for the interface between these packages? Because you know, package 4 will be I think the last touch for starting. It will be dependent on the completion of the interfaces between these packages. Do we have a milestone for this?
Definitely that will be, I think from the implementing unit, if I'm right, definitely there is a disclosure of all targets in connection with the completion of each package on this contiguous packages. Diba? There is I think proper discussion between all of these contractors that will be utilized at site. We can refer to the implementing unit at that point. Nakikita nyo naman yun yung work schedule. This will be properly discussed within you pag nasa implementation stage. It will be discussed. It will be discussed. And also, I think siguro we can include in our bulletin the target completion also of the other two packages. For your, those are targets. Siyempre, it depends upon the progress of the construction timeline on other contractors. The targets will be discussed. Thank you.
There is this interface engineer
Yeah.
coordinating with them.
And another thing, just to inform you, we have plenty of consultants here that will manage the Bataan-Cavite. We have the CS, the regular construction supervision. We have the project management consultant, and we have the engineering support consultant. They can all confer on each other for your needs, for your queries, for with other technical adjustments. Okay. Any other questions from? Yes, okay na.
I have last one.
Tapusin na natin si Boss kasi siya.
Very. Last question is for the there is a provisional sum for the undersea cable. So is this provisional sum for detection only or for removal or shifting of the undersea cable? And if this is for removal or relocation, is the contractor entitled to extension of time? Because we cannot ascertain for
As far as the bid documents statements, kumbaga, yung provisions ng bid documents natin, kung ano lang yung timeline ko, we considered as that. Whatever will it be, you can apply for such. Kung halimbawa justified na. Pero I don't know lang those provisional sum at that, yung sa ilalim ba yun? I don't know lang, kasi in the provisional sum, kumbaga, yung consideration of provisional sum, hindi ko lang alam in particular in the term of reference kung naka-identify sa mga kung pwede mo gamitin. Maybe we can ask the consultants for other funds.
The provisional item pertaining to underground utility, which is underground. It is just a safeguard into the realm.
Yeah.
Is
And another question that come from them is if ever they identified some, kasi for the unforeseen items yun, di ba?
yes, sir.
We're looking for unforeseen items in here. What they're asking, for example, they detect na medyo mahirap yung mahirap yung trabaho. Can they apply for extension of time? It will be, as far as I see, sige.
Sir, that is an operational issue. That would have to be referred to the engineer. Because the engineer will determine if that occurrence will affect the physical part of the project. Otherwise, there is no entitlement.
So, in a simpler way, it will be discussed when the project is in implementation. And then it will be, as what the consultant says, it will be determined by the combination of the CS and the SPC and the PMC. We have three consultants here to give you some background research. Thank you. Question, no?
Jared Sumartino from CRDC. We would like to confirm on whether marine railway bridge may be considered as an eligible project accomplishment under EXP 1 and EXP 2 criteria. The marine railway bridge meets similar criteria required under the EXP 1 and EXP 2 requirements, but is classified as railway.
I think it was included in the presentation of the implementing office. But as long as you have as per presentation, it's stated there that we are going to consider such if that's a complete box builder. Di ba? Tama ba ko, Freddy? As long as ano naman, pakita mo. Kasi the essence is you're going to comply na as long that you are going to provide concrete box builder. Also with may condition yan, look, take a look at it. Yung kanina presentation. Previous, ay wala.
Yes, sinirate ka pa.
Okay, malayo pa yan. Isa technical.
Yeah.
Yun. Yan o. Yan o. Marine viaduct with pre-stress concrete and marine. As long as they comply with the pre-stress concrete box builder and marine underwater with the minimum pre-stress. As long as you comply on that. We have no problem even, actually pag reading nga, mas mabigat nga light load. Di ba? Ay, tama ba ako po?
Sir,
Yeah, the same as that.
Kasi it was sent to as a query before. We will be formalized.
Okay, we will formalize. Because as far as we see, that's the, tentatively, that's the quite a position. Kasi if you will determine the light load of the rail is much heavier than the light load that pass through sa regular networks. Okay. Mas a condition for this. Sige ma'am, please.
I would also like to clarify if it's permissible to combine the quantity of two adjacent project contracts in one overall project in order to satisfy the specified requirement under EXP 1 and EXP 2.
So, in the general, talaga po pwede. I don't know if please.
There's a definition in one contract.
So just follow the 2.4.1. So even, for example, two contracts na adjacent siya.
So,
Hindi pwede.
specific, sir.
That's part of the, so we're strict only one contract rule because that's part of the BOR.
in identifying the civil sites in need to. So any other question from other end? Yes, please. Kindly identify yourself and the company you're representing, please.
I do come from Bataan, HTC, so I have two questions in relation to the technical things. First, for package border, 60 minutes long and the substructure is composed of spread footing.
Spread.
And in the drawings, there is a thickness, and it also states that the vessel is for the information only to contractor. So my first question is whether those precast footing the casket in situ or
Inside?
Kasi sa atin, kasi
Precast tayo. Or we're going to spread posting maybe not like spread spread. Ano yun? Precast yun, precast. Precast, yung iba.
yung spread cooking.
Okay, spread cooking will be cast inflation. Be done in place na tayo.
Hello, can I speak?
Their question is, Mr. Salinas.
Good morning.
Ano ba ito? Sorry. Sino ba ito?
Yes.
First, our
Hello.
President.
So my understanding is the question regarding the precast spread footing, whether it can be cast in place. Is this the question?
Yes.
Yes.
So essentially the design of the precast footing and stem wall serves various purposes. One of them, of course, is to meet the schedule. The other is to be able to create an efficient and inexpensive, relatively, footing solution in the shallow marine environment. We have designed it this way, and this is our the recommended procedure for construction, as all of the construction procedures we've recommended for superstructure and substructure. The precast spread footing will help meet the schedule, and this is key. The construction is obviously massively precast, and we take advantage of this precasting capability to be able to construct. By all means, the contractor is also welcome to present for construction any alternative construction procedure. They would present and have this looked at by the engineer. And I would also recommend, submitting this inquiry for further evaluation.
Yeah, in connection, excuse me, in connection with that, may I know if what kind of approach did we include in the bill of quantities? Kasi di ba may provision yun? So, automatic, parehas, pero you are the one to select.
No, it boils down to the method statement. The method methodology. So, iyan lang namin. May gusto formalize.
Yeah, we're going to provide you a formal answer on this. A very formal answer and a narrative answer on this through a bulletin. You just wait 10 days before the meeting. It will be the last day of our release of our bulletins. Okay? Thank you. Any other?
I have another question.
Excuse me. There's a response.
Can they formalize so that we will have the...
We have presented to you the email address that you can formalize your query so that we can have a good narrative approach and answer. Okay. Sige, you have another query? So that we can be prepared outright.
The other question is for is it allowed to contractor to reclaim and construct the temporary access road within our buildings?
Reclaim what?
The area
We'll check from the consultant. Any reply from your end?
Number one, we have an item of criminal enforcement.
You're going to consider what's stated in the BOQ because there is an existing item in the provision of the claim. If you want to add more in reclamation in order for you to relax your activity, it should be discussed when the project's in implementation. If you have some add-ons or whatever, you're going to discuss that at the implementation stage. But for now, what you're going to consider is what are those mentioned or stated in the bill of quantities. And in connection with the current claim provision, there is
whether to do temporary access roads within our zone.
you're asking about the if ever there is a right of way issue in on accessing the project.
Whether contractor is possible to reclaim those areas or making temporary.
Better for you to write that. We'll consider that. Right,
Reply appropriate.
we cannot understand that much, and if you can manage to put drawings better.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you. I just want to inform everybody that you are not limited only on narrative and narrative grammar or sentence approach law. You can also provide drawings if you have queries and make pages on that, so that we have a proper answer. Thank you. Maybe not if there are other queries from other. Yeah, this from AIIB Building Technology. The query is, I would like to ask if the technical compliance for the durability using microsilica should be complied by all bidders. The durability compliance was required by Freddy. Freddy, please answer. Who will answer? Mr. Sanines, please.
Yes, so the question is about meeting the durability requirements for the cement? Yes, absolutely. This must be met by all the bidders, yes.
Please, can you repeat and make it louder, sir?
Yes, so regarding the durability requirements for the cement, yes, we need to match what is in the project durability report and the recommendations therein. And all bidders should comply with this.
So the answer of the query from the ABIC is a simple yes, that the compliance for the durability using micro should be complied. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. ABIC, you've been responded. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other query? Please. Can you please share some things?
Yes, sir. Hi, I'm King Lalman from Action Construction. So my first question is about the environmental impact of the project.
Ilan pa yan? Yung question.
Sorry, or to be to sir. Okay. Okay. First one is is there any specific right of way to be given by the DPWH for the contractor? To limit the environmental impact along the offshore.
Consultant.
The right of way is limited to the project.
Yes, sir. No offset, sir.
Well,
Kasi pinatanda tayo,
Yes, sir. Correct.
You're free to move in the area as long as I said before, as I said before for Mr. Senator in the MCI, lahat naman ng proposals nyo for construction should be properly discussed prior to any construction procedure. Now, although nasa gitna naman ito ng dagat natin, I don't think you will encounter such things. Tama lang yung query ng DMCI that yung navigation lang. clearance, yung mga ganon. And sabi ko nga, as I said before, this will all be discussed to the Coast Guard, to the naval group of the agencies. Everything will be discussed prior to any construction at the area. There are clearances that will be required from your end with the proper assistance. It's ganun yung boss. Thank you. And also siguro, pag nasa implementation stage sa kayo, you can also ask for the NBI conditions from the implementing unit. There are documents that permits.
Saan kasama sa bidding?
Oh, at least, yun pala, kasama naman pala sa bidding documents yung mga NBI conditions. So, I think, thank you.
Sir, another one, related to the DMCI concern, with regards to the interface of the package, each packages. So it is possible to give also the program or schedule for us to consider during the tender.
I don't know if it's available. Kasi di ba, the procedure is this. Although we have other packages, for example, what we're doing is package 6, no? Malapit siya sa 2. 2 was already laid out. And I don't know if up to now, it's still available for yung mga document niya sa PILGEPS. If you're talking of the technical, nandun nga sa PILGEPS, di ba yung mga ano boss? So makikita mo ron kung ano yung plano ng kabila. Tama? Nadidetermine mo doon, including the targets that they're going to implement. From there lang, resourcefully, you can see there, you can investigate on the other projects that is nandun nga sa PILGEPS. We documents hanggang yung PILGEPS. Package 2, package 6, and other packages pa sa nag-advertise. Sige.
Sir, at the same time, the connection between 2 and 4. 4 and 6 are well-defined drawings of the bidding.
Yeah.
The activities to be done in 4. And what will be the activities to be done on the connection of 4 and 6 and 2.
Okay. So if you're asking naman doon sa timeline, when this other packages will be finished, these timelines are targets, and also you can ask naman. Siguro better siguro, no, for the consumption ng lahat, for all bidders' consumption, we're going to also include in our bulletin the target completion of the yung interconnection between the other packets. We're going to include that. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
For your proper knowledge. Okay? Ma'am, do not forget pare. Pakisama nyo na lang yung sa package 2 and package 6 kailan yung target completion, especially yung sa side.
Sir, last one. For this package, is also to include the target NPP.
Ayun.
What your target of NPP?
We have the monitoring plan. We can also furnish it. Ano mo na lang, projection lang dito, boss, kasi you all know that how to the matter of processing the contracts, for example, yung matter procurement procedure, all the documents should be concurred by the rating and institution. So we just make a projection of it based on our experience.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Pero,
That's it.
to formalize your query, then you write us. That 3 items write us stream so that we can answer.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Any other query from other contractors? From online participants, contractors, do you have any other query or queries? Yes. Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you, boss.
If you don't jump on the action, I will seismic.
Mr. Sanias, kindly offer the question.
Design base, there are not provide of seismic spectrum at the foundation of last event. So can you provide design base spectrum required that you need to work on?
Right. Interpret no. Okay, there's a request here that you put that in writing. So that we can answer properly and narratively. It's okay with you. Just put it in writing. So that we can, because we're going to make a study on such and there's a corresponding things about design. We'll make a study and digest something. For us to respond to it. Okay. Yeah, any other in writing question? Hey, ma'am, please.
I have one question. My name is Natalie from Asiana also. Due to a lot of pressure that we still have my size information, and we only have 4 weeks to go for the submission.
Yes.
We already put in extension of time, so I want to hear whether are we able to get some additional time to go on it, because there is still a lot of time, a lot of items to be cleared.
Yes, actually, I think it's better for you to write on that because we're going to make a study only from paper participants in address and such. So that will make a full analysis. Better write so that we can have an inventory of how we will follow that person interested in extending it. Okay, thank you. Yes,
Thank you.
I agree with that. And
We already submitted.
yeah, but on the part of the department and the government, we're on the part of us, we're inclined to an idea of not extending at all because we're fast tracking this project. But you can still write. It is your thank you.
Sir,
Yes.
in addition, were you able to watch the SONA yesterday?
Yes.
State of the nation.
And the president mentioned about Bataan-Cavite to start this year. So as much as possible, we don't want really to extend. And we are running out of time. We have a huge budget to disperse this year. Okay, so please understand us also. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Director. Any other questions with regards to the extensions? Not sure already have been answered by the Director. Any others? Hearing none, we count 1, 2, 3, hearing no question. I think we were very thankful that for your attendance in this activity, and we're happy that all of you guys are here. And kindly be informed that if you have further questions and queries, write formally and email. Okay, ano mo kayo email? Yes. Please be informed that the deadline for queries is only on the 5th of August. It's next week, I think. Second to the last. Okay? And if possible, maybe maybe make a request to your end that please, if you will go with your queries, query out as one, not kind of the fish meal basis. One now, one tomorrow, one. Kindly package that into one because we're having such a problem on responding. Beforehand, there are plenty of queries for us to consider in our bulletin. We have experience, we did some, I think, around 500 items for clarification. So kindly also assist us in making this as simple as this. Okay? If you will go with the query at once. If you can query tomorrow or the other day, then query out so that we can prepare our answers. As you told us, the time is very strict and very okay? Okay? So we're very thankful that you have attended this. We're terminating this activity and on behalf of the committee, we're very thankful. Thank you very much for attendance. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You're all now excused, especially also the online participants. Mr. Samines, thank you very much sa consultants of the other side.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're all excused. Thank you. Pero pa tayo other matters. There are no other matters. There is no other matter. Maybe here motion from other members. There's a motion and being said, meeting adjourned. Thank you very much. Thank you, consultants.